It's violence! It's violence!
It's not education!
It's violence!
It's not conservation!
It's violence!
So why are we still allowing zoos to exist? They exist solely for profit. They hide behind lives like yours. Efforts are outweighing the harm they do to animals that they enslave. Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
There is never an excuse.
For animal abuse!
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
The police is also here in case you're
Blood on
wondering.
their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
It's not entertainment.
It's violence!
It's not education.
It's violence!
It's not profit.
It's violence!
It's not conservation.
It's violence!
It's not entertainment.
It's violence!
It's not profit.
It's violence!
So why does artists continue to do this to animals? They hide behind happy images, but in reality these animals are suffering. They do not belong here for the purpose of our entertainment. Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
There is never an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists have blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
Artists has blood on their hands.
Blood on their hands!
It's not entertainment.
It's violence!
It's not conservation.
It's violence!
It's not profit.
It's violence!
It's not entertainment.
It's violence!
It's not conservation.
It's violence!
So why are we still allowing zoos to tell lies to the public? Lies that their efforts are not in vain, that they are not profit driven, and that they are giving these animals a good quality of life. Those are all lies. There is no excuse.
Hello everybody, I hope you can hear my voice.
Excuse.
We are in front of
Artis has
Artis Zoo
blood on
in
their hands.
Amsterdam, and we're doing this spontaneous protest.
Artis has blood on their hands.
And I thought I would share it with you guys.
Artis has blood on their hands.
I think this girl yelling is very good at
Blood
it.
on their hands. Hey, what do you say? How many animals died today? Hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
Hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
Hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
It's not entertainment.
Violence!
It's not profit.
It's violence!
It's not conservation.
It's violence!
It's not a happy day out with your kids.
It's violence!
It's not profit.
It's violence!
It's not entertainment.
It's violence!
It's not conservation.
It's violence!
Artis has blood on their hands. 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 Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse!
So why do we continue to let zoos like Artis keep up these lies? They enslave animals with a profit-driven mindset and hide behind conservation efforts. It's a lie. It's 2024. We need to end these types of exploitative industries. Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands.
So just tuning in, this is in
Blood on their
Amsterdam,
hands.
in the zoo. Not sure if you can hear my
Artis
voice, I
has
hope you can hear
blood
my
on their
voice.
hands. Profit is not an excuse.
Animal abuse!
their natural habitat where the best quality of life is ensured. They keep trapping these animals with a profit-driven motive, hiding behind conservation efforts. It's a lie. Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse.
There is never an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Hey, hey, what do you say? How many animals died today? Hey, hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
Hey, hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
Hey, hey, what do you say?
How many animals died today?
Can you guys hear me
What
now?
do we want?
Animal liberation.
What do we want?
Animal liberation.
I put a mic on. I hope you can hear me now.
When do we want it?
No.
Please, artists, please stop.
If somebody's in the chat, please confirm that you can hear me. Not very well, says Martin.
Conservation lies to the public that your animals have a good quality of life. That does not exist.
Okay, I hope better now because I put in a mic.
These animals are not meant to be confined. You are not a sanctuary rehabilitating these animals. You continue the cycle.
Can you
of
also hear her?
by continuing to breed them for enslavement. Artis has blood on their hands.
There's also, just so you guys know, there's one guy. Let me show you. Let me see how I can do this. So there's this one guy that's at the balcony over there. I don't know if you can see him over there. And he was yelling at everybody. Well, he's no longer there now, but
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Profit is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
For animal abuse.
Public education is not an excuse.
this was a spontaneous gathering in front of Artis.
Has blood on their hands.
Artis is the zoo here in Amsterdam. And yeah, quite a lot of us gathered here, huh? All of us with the blue posters.
Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands.
The police is also here, but they seem pretty chill. They're just letting us do our thing.
Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands. Entertainment is not an excuse.
I'm gonna do a live a bit later where I do some street outreach, but I thought I would show you this before I go and do the street outreach. So yeah, stick around. I'll probably be in maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'll be in somewhere in Amsterdam where we'll be doing some outreach.
Not an excuse.
So drop by in like 30, 45 minutes.
Is not an excuse.
Animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
Animal abuse.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
Animal abuse.
Profit is not an excuse.
Animal abuse.
Conservation is not an excuse.
What's your guys' take on zoos?
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
Artis has blood on their hands.
Blood, blood, blood on their hands.
It's not entertainment.
It's violence.
It's not conservation.
It's violence.
It's not entertainment.
It's violence.
So by being here, you can say you participated in the protest, okay?
So why do we allow zoos like Artis to hide behind lies that their animals are having a quality life? There is no quality life in enslavement. There is no quality life being stuck in a tank. There is no quality of life being in a cage. Artis has blood on their hands.
Zoos are terrible, Axel.
Artis has blood on their hands.
It's kind of sad that a lot of people support zoos like this. And even us sitting here, as you can see, some people actually are sitting
Hey, hey, what do you say?
right in front of the zoo entrance. And still a lot of people go in without any problems. They don't even care, to be honest. Which is kind of weird, but you know, maybe the kids going in will start thinking that
No excuse.
there is something there. Maybe kids will start thinking that, oh no, these animals are not happy, you know? And maybe they'll think again. And yes, Martin, you got it just right. Zoos are basically prisons for animals. Prisons for us to see them as entertainment and stuff. It's funny because most people oppose the idea of entertainment, abusing animals for entertainment. But a lot of these people also pay for zoos, which is a bit ironic if you think about it, but ironic and sad at the same time.
Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands.
Hey, Josh.
Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands. Artis has blood on their hands.
At least some people are stopping. See, to look at the posters, you see this old person is actually stopping.
Conservation is not an
Let's see if we can have a conversation.
Entertainment is not an excuse.
Hi. What do you think about this movement?
A day out with your
Ik spreek alleen Nederlands.
Only Netherlands? Do you speak English at all? Spreek je Engels?
Entertainment is
Ik
not
spreek
an
Nederlands.
excuse.
Alleen Nederlands?
U mag ook Frans spreken, u mag Engels spreken, ik sta u, maar ik antwoord in Nederlands.
Okay, yeah. My Dutch is not very good, I'm sorry.
Nou ja, probeer.
No probleem.
Als u hier
Wat
studeert,
denk je over dit?
Artis has blood on their
ik
hands.
vind dit ongepast in de Nederlandse
Artis has
traditie.
blood on
Dat,
their hands.
Do you think tradition should justify doing this
dit
to
is
animals?
niet de manier waarop je actie voert.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
Artis has blood on their
Dit
hands.
isn't the manner how you to
Not
try to
entertainment.
protest.
It's not conservation.
En zeker niet hier weer voor artists.
Yeah, they are enslaving animals, aren't they?
It's not profit.
Zo krijg je alleen maar negatieve reclame voor hetgeen waar je voor staat.
There is never an
Het
excuse.
isn't a positive reaction.
Entertainment is not
You don't find
an
this positive?
excuse.
No,
There is
Why
no
not?
not the way you,
We're sitting on the
group is
side. We're
handling.
sitting on the side. We're sending a message. What's the problem with it?
For how many minutes? 1 quarter, an hour?
Probably
at
an
all?
hour, yeah, probably an hour.
Stop it. That should be my advice. Stop it.
I understand your point of view, but you know, animals. Do you think animals deserve to be free?
I don't like the discussion you're trying to do. But
That's
the
what we're.
best is I see why he's wearing his mask.
He's wearing his mask because a lot of companies profile activists, so that's why he's wearing his mask for his own safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you rather live in a world where we keep animals captive or a world where we let animals be free?
No.
Because that's what we want.
Stop it.
Okay.
Okay.
die in dit soort omgevingen mogen leven, in plaats van dat dieren...
At first he didn't want to speak English, and then he started speaking English, huh?
en een leven mogen leiden zoals bij hen past. Artis is niet gericht op het welzijn van dieren, maar op winst. Wij eisen dat Artis onmiddellijk sluit. In 2024...
I don't know if you guys got any of that conversation. It wasn't very good, really, because he said, "Stop it! Stop everything you're doing! I want you to stop it now."
Excuse. There's no excuse.
But he didn't want to speak English a lot. It's like, oh, I want to speak Dutch because I'm in Netherlands. So he's probably he was very conservative or something.
When do we want it? Are we going to fight for it? Yes. Are we going to keep going back until Artis closes? Yes. Stop! No! All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to know
There's a guy there.
that the zoo, out of all the
Do you see him?
institutions out there,
He comes out the window and yells every once in a while. He's still there.
zoos started in the 1800s. Why?
He's very upset also that we're disturbing his day.
That meant that the initial zoo did not only show animals in cages, but also people. Indigenous people from the American continent, indigenous people from the African continent. These people, these human beings, were displayed next to exotic animals. This is the origin of the zoo. Luckily, humans have come to their senses that displaying other animals out of sheer curiosity is no longer morally accepted. Which is a good thing, because we're coming from quite far. But unfortunately, the zoo is still displaying intelligent, sentient animals. Not to show to the people how beautiful they are, but just to show them it's okay to have animals for whatever purpose you deem morally okay.
Sorry about the camera. I keep trying to make it right, but
By now it's completely redundant to have a zoo to teach kids or any human being anything about animals. You can watch documentaries on your phone from almost any place in the world. You can go to a nature reserve and watch animals
it's kind of funny
in
because
their free living habitat. The only purpose for the zoo at this point in time is commercial profit.
there's this guy yelling at the window, and this girl got triggered also, and she keeps telling, "Come down, let's have a conversation." But this guy just wants to sit at his window and yell.
Some kind of despicable species putting highly intelligent animals just on display out of sheer fun. For everybody out there still not understanding why we are standing here and why you should be standing here by our side as well, let me remind you that animals feel pain. Animals want to be free. Animals
this is why we're doing it, right? There's these kids,
Animals don't want to
but
be
they're still
watched dead
going.
so that somebody
Sad.
else can make a profit out of them. Okay, what do we want? What do we want then? Are we going to fight for it? Are we going to fight? Yes! Fight for innocent animals!
Come down! Then come!
Oh, this guy's coming down. Let's see. Oh, he's calling us liars. It's right there.
Artists will be back. We'll be back to confirm your lives. To hide behind conservation efforts. Your goal has always been the same: to maximize profits. Artists has blood on their hands. Artists has blood on their hands. What do we want? What do we want?
Josh, he's not coming down. He's not. He's too much of a coward to come down.
We'll be back.
It would be nice to see him come down. I actually would like to have a conversation with somebody who yells out loud that we're lying. But yeah, this was it. So let me just turn the camera around. So thank you everybody for being here. I will start a live in, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. I'm just gonna get on my bike, go somewhere where there's more people, and have conversations with them, do some outreach. So I'll start another live then, and leave this one here. Oh, this guy came! This guy came! Oh, let's see. Look at him. Yeah, look.
Sure. 10 years on animal
I'm gonna go there.
criticizing this institution, making policy against this institution, and they deserve, animals deserve, more intelligent activists than you.
So what do you suggest? Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, first of all, Artis does not make a profit. Half of the budget of Artis is paid by the city of Amsterdam. Go complain to them. You should. You should. It is subsidized by tax money. And you know what I can't stand as an extreme left-wing activist? It's the stupidity of people that agree with me. Like you guys.
Why do you
Your
think- why do you
strategy sucks.
They
Your
sell animal products. They make a
Oh.
profit off human
Hey, girl.
charity.
Why do
Here.
you think? Why do you?
No.
Why do
I'm
you think
not
Artis
gonna
does
have.
this?
Honey,
To a certain degree.
I'm not gonna have a conversation if you speak through a microphone. Okay, fine. Bullshit. Bullshit. No.
Maybe one of them
Animals.
can walk with him to the other
Nee,
side.
nee, helemaal niet. Nou, ik blijf hier gewoon rustig dit gesprek voeren.
Listen.
Ik waardeer dat u probeert te deescaleren.
Maar het schreeuwen helpt niet hoor.
I am trying to have a fight.
Listen, it's just about the fact that if people stop going and then we find better ways to enjoy animals.
I'm just
Everyone, we will be
Here.
leaving.
We'd rather see.
Here.
Look, listen.
have a conversation.
We'd rather
See,
listen.
No.
We'd rather
Your
see
display has ended, and now you
If you
leave.
care so much about animals, why do you eat them?
Who says I eat them?
Oh, well, good job then.
How do you know?
We're done. Then let's stop infighting. We're on the same
No.
side.
You guys, animals deserve more intelligent activism than this.
How would you do it?
Who says I do nothing?
What is that?
I spent 10 years. I made the policy improving. Look me up. I spent oh, I'm leaving now because my assumptions are being challenged. Yeah, oh my God, somebody argued with
I'll
my
have a
bullshit.
conversation with you.
You all left.
Meneer, laten we even op de stoep staan met de
I'll
honden.
have a conversation with you.
Veilig.
Yeah.
Shows me what to do next time.
Listen, don't get so
Right,
angry.
you guys. Yes, I'm furious.
Why don't?
Why are you
Wait,
furious?
listen, wait,
Because-
don't shout.
Yeah,
The reason
Don't shout.
this is continues is because of the sort of self-involved megalomaniac nonsense activism that you guys are displaying.
So the activists are
with
the ones supporting the
narcs-
zoo?
No, you use bad arguments.
Okay.
I spent 10 years on this.
What do you
Okay.
suggest we do
I
to
spent
close
10
it down?
years on the
Well, what's your
Amsterdam City
suggestion?
Council
Okay.
forcing this institution to change. I lived here I spent 10 years for the Green Party on the city council.
Okay.
So, well, to an extent, yes, there are less elephants, there are less lions now, but to simply say Artis plays zero role in conversation is just uninformed.
Yeah, but listen.
And you do not help your goal by standing here displaying
Well, listen, what we're trying to do.
1960. Yeah, but then quit the
listen,
1968. What do we want? Animal free.
Listen,
We can
listen.
leave. What will
Mister,
happen?
Please, what we're trying to do is make it socially unacceptable.
Then do it
Because
smarter.
Well, it's,
I am so exhausted with the stupidity
well, don't
of
crit-
animal rights activists.
Listen, animals need all the help they can get, and
Yeah,
even bad
but did
activists
you
are
help
better
them
than-
today?
Well, we made a few people think about it. They won't
No.
try.
Basically, what you did is confirm the worst assumptions people have about our side of the political
Well, listen,
spectrum.
if you look through history, activists have never been applauded by anyone. They've always been hated. And you would have been there telling people that it shouldn't be sitting at a bar for segregation. You would have been told.
Yes, that would have been me.
Yeah,
yes.
well, the thing is that
That's exactly
no,
who I would have
no
been.
activists have ever been applauded for what they're doing. None. None.
Darling, can we agree? And I don't know why. And it's very, very telling to me that, first of all, it's an American megalomaniac speaking here through, and I'm half American, speaking here through a megaphone. It's interesting
She lives
that
here.
the two of them, good. It doesn't matter where she lives. She's got every right to speak. But to simply chant the same fucking things we've been chanting since the fucking
Listen,
Vietnam War.
Why don't you make your own protest then?
Honey, you guys make all sorts of assumptions about me.
I'm not making an assumption. I'm just saying, don't be so critical of other people.
I
trying to
am
do something.
critical
Well,
because
it doesn't
when
help.
you spout nonsense, you undermine the fight.
I don't think we're
And
undermining it.
you are, because you're stating things. Meneer, mevrouw, ik woon daar. Ik heb deze tyfusherrie ook moeten
Ik heb
aanhoren.
u net gehoord, maar het heeft niet zo... Kijk,
I don't know if you guys get this. Let me turn it around because
Well, I'm just so tired of people telling people that their activism is no good. Like, do your own
maybe
activism.
you should not go into discussion. Maybe it's done. Maybe it's better.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, but
All right.
I assume you're recording me, which I'm fine with. Look, a couple of things.
yeah.
If you want to win this fight, don't use platitudes that are easily disproven. People that passed by today, the people that agreed with you are going to leave agreeing with you. The people that don't agree with us, they're going to think exactly, they're going to be confirmed in their assumptions. Oh my God, I was trying to have a nice time with my kid. Artis has blood on their hands. I spent 10 years with the director of Artis Balian. Look him up, discussing how to make it better for animals in this sanctuary. I don't go because I don't want to give them my money.
But we
there are
oppo-
some
we
things
oppose
that
the
are
idea-
incorrect.
Well, we oppose the
thank you for
idea of
your
animals
work,
in cages,
but, like,
okay?
I-
It
but
doesn't,
darling-
there's no good way of keeping an animal.
But
in
what
a cage.
happens if we let them go?
What happens if we
It's
let
better than alive in
It's
yeah.
better
yeah,
than keeping
really?
them
Put
alive
an
in
element.
cages.
Listen.
Put half
Rather
these
live as
animals
slaves
back
or
in their
rather not live?
natural.
No, listen.
Then we should euthanize them.
No, listen,
That's
listen.
your point of
Not
view.
these
Rather
ones.
live as a slave or not live at all.
Well, he has a point. Once they've been domesticated, you can't.
But
put
don't
them
bring
back.
new
But
ones.
what is
here,
your
no?
point?
Don't
Because
bring
no,
new ones.
no, but then
It's
when you
just that we
stand here and
stop-
say,
we're stop propagating
About
it.
it won't
I
stop.
hear you, but when you stand here and say things like, and look,
Can you pull this
this
mic?
lady
I'm gonna go check the camera.
yelled at me to come down. I did.
Well, I'm sorry.
she left.
She shouldn't have done that.
No, it's
She
fine.
shouldn't-
But
she
then when someone does, have a fucking conversation like you guys do.
Now listen, the only thing is that obviously you're completely right. We're not going to put animals that have been bred in captivity
Well,
outside.
that's not what you're saying when you
No,
say,
no.
"Oh, animals deserve
But I think
liberation."
that-
You liberate these animals, they will die.
Yeah, we know about that. But the
I know,
point
but you
is what we're
cannot
trying
have
to
a
do.
lecture here doing a protest,
What we're
right?
trying to do
People have
is
to come like you and
Another
talk to
thing,
us.
Artis does not make a profit.
Well, that's
Simply doesn't. You can look on their fucking website. So when you stand here and spout badly researched points, you undermine your struggle.
many involved-
Lastly, they do play a vital
well,
role
there
in
are many
conservation.
components to
They
a
do.
zoo. There are many
Call this
components.
conservation.
No.
But there are
Listen,
literally.
you don't listen to anything we respond.
I just listened to everything you said.
Look, an
I can repeat it
organization
to you
can
if
be
you'd like me to.
an organization can be non-profit, but nevertheless, the people working for them and the contractors are making a profit from that status quo.
But see then how standing here and scanting things that are easily disproven,
Well,
simply, this is why we never win. This is why our side of the political
the
debate
point of
never
this-
wins.
the
Our
po-
side
Because
wins.
it's
Our
about-
side wins a lot of
Listen,
times.
the point of
How
this,
many laboratories we close? How many
the point of this
zoos
was,
that we
But
change?
not-
circuses are forbidden now.
Yeah, no.
And you know
There
what?
is
And you can
victory.
Google me. I spent a long time fighting for that. So I feel like I have a reason to stand here and be angry at
everybody
it.
has
can I
a
just
reason.
say
No, you have a
something?
reason.
Can I just say something? What we did here today is called a disruption. It is not an in-depth
But
discussion.
then disrupt
It is supposed
with the truth.
Well, it is not.
Don't say
we're
artist
not-
makes a profit when it doesn't.
Well, this is a financial
How are
institution.
they not responsible?
They
They're
for
part of
for
it. They're doing it. They're enslaving them.
but
they're parts
hun-
of
they,
it.
they well enslaving suggests
This
that-
is enslavement.
Well, it's-
the enslaving
exploitation.
suggests that we took them from Africa.
Exploitation.
It's exploitation.
It is maybe exploitation,
They're
but
part of it, they're
literally
guilty. That's what we're protesting. It's very simple.
it isn't that simple because what people heard,
Where,
you
the,
use
where does the money go? The money from here? You say it's not profit, right?
the half of the budget of artists
And the other
is the
half.
city of Amsterdam,
I know,
and it
but
wasn't
why do
until
that?
I got there that we had demands, even for. The city was just wiring them half their income. But it's nonsense to say that they make a profit.
Do you want animals to be in cages or not?
This is not a yes or no
Do you
question.
want animals to be in cages or not?
This I don't. No. Who does
No.
that?
Okay, then we.
Do you want these animals to be let out of their cages?
No, we
today?
don't.
That's a different
You
problem.
know, no.
It is a
See,
different problem.
when you stand here and shout nonsense one-liners, you undermine your argument. So when you
nonsense about
say,
freeing animals?
do these animals want to be free? Actually, you free them. Nee, nu mag ik even boos zijn, mevrouw. If you free these animals, they will die.
Okay.
We cannot
Okay.
put
No,
these
they have-
animals back in their natural habitat.
We'll put these animals in sanctuaries.
Ah.
Okay. We'll put these animals in
Alright, listen,
sanctuaries.
what
So
and keep
see
them-
how it's not a simple question about whether I want
It's not
animals
a-
to be in
it-
cages?
But we
Of
don't want
course not.
more. We don't want more animals to be enslaved in cages. We don't want
No
more of it.
animals are being
Okay,
caught
let me
from
say-
Africa and
excuse
put
me.
in zoos.
Listen, let me explain.
That there's not one animal here
Excuse me.
caught from the wild.
Well, you just listened
Okay.
to one
Not
word I
one.
had
Did
to
you
say.
know that before you stood here and screamed?
I don't
today?
think that matters.
It doesn't.
It's not relevant.
Why would that matter?
And then they had kids, and the kids
And
were
that was
slaves.
wrong. The
Yeah,
difference is
but
if
they're
you let
still
those
slaves,
kids in
right?
freedom.
They're still
Yeah,
enslaved.
the difference is if you let these animals out, they don't know what to do with
We
themselves.
don't want to let them out.
So
Listen,
what?
listen, I'm a sanctuary owner, and I know about this. We don't release domesticated animals or animals that have been bred in captivity.
Are you guys aware
But what I want
that
to
there
say,
are bloodlines of white elephants, bloodlines of pandas, bloodlines of big cats?
we want the effort.
I had 10 years of this debate.
We want all the resources, effort to go into supporting them in their natural habitat instead of having an island of exotic animals here in Amsterdam.
I don't go to the zoo because of the exact same reasons.
But we
But
want
I
that
more
is
people
agree
what
with
not
you.
to
The
go.
only
We
reason
want
I went here.
the efforts to go into the conversation
But then,
in their habitat.
honey, you undermine yourself with oversimplified
Well, that was
one-liners
but that
like
was-
artists has
but that-
blood on their
but
hands.
that was because-
artists plays no role in conservation.
This was-
These animals deserve smarter activism.
in a debate setting, yes.
But this
In a
is just
policy,
chanting.
this is a disruption.
Don't chant oversimplify.
What would you chant? What would you chant?
I would chant the truth.
What?
It's nonsense that zoos play no role in conservation. It's just
They
not true.
play a bad role in conservation.
It's just not true. I mean,
the
I don't
role
know.
that they play is ultimately destructive, and it doesn't lead the conversation to where it needs to go. It's a distraction because we need conservation on site because the planet is being destroyed, and
I
this
agree
is
with
not
you.
helping. We don't want a Noah's Ark.
Tell your friend in the green shirt she's a fucking coward for asking me to come down here. She gets the slightest bit of pushback. And this is what people always say
Listen,
about
listen,
us.
listen, listen.
You get the slightest bit of pushback, and you leave.
I'm very happy. I'm
You're
very
very
happy to
agitated,
continue
man.
the.
Yeah, it's
But
really
Scary.
frustrating.
It's scary for people to see you
I'm
like this.
very happy to.
Girl,
Listen.
I'm no less agitated
Listen.
than the narcissists you have running, speaking through the
Okay,
megaphone.
okay.
What do we want? It's the same bullshit since
It's
1965.
fine,
Wilt
it's
u
fine.
ophouden met
I'm
mijn
gonna
shit,
go back to
alsjeblieft?
my sanctuary. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Everything right, everything correct. Alsjeblieft, gaan jullie dat nog even aanpakken? De wegwijzen, jullie. We just want to say, you guys
I guess there's no point. Oh, every time they comment, how you're doing it is not okay. We should have done it differently. So, yeah, Axel, good point. Okay, everybody. The conversation is over. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do some outreach. Thank you for being here, and yeah, I'll do some outreach and start a live channel in 10 minutes maybe. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know, something along those lines. So stick around, okay? I'll, the police is still talking to him. I like that the police actually was on our side on this one, so that was kind of cool. You don't always get to see this. So I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, where I'll do some live activism. Thank you for being here. And I don't know if you got anything from here. Like, you just get how upset some people get over this, and I guess that's a good reaction, right? He said he wants things to be done differently, but yeah, you know, I don't disagree that there's not better ways to do it, but there's a role in disruptive activism. There's a role in chanting and doing all this. So thank you guys for being here. I will end the stream and I will catch you in 30 minutes, something like that. See you later.